low-cost labor to come into the country. You can take advantage of that low-cost labor. I mean, that's good for the economy. We get a whole bunch of workers that are willing to work for a couple of bucks an hour. I mean, everybody could have a maid. Everybody could have their own personal gardener. Why are you guys so negative? You don't know how to fix anything, Jerry. You're an idiot.
Joe, you're just out here trying to stir the pot, saying that you want the immigrants to come in here.
I do. I need somebody I want somebody to work on my lawn and work on my driveway and put a new roof on. I want all that done for $32. Over.
Is that half price, Joe?
That's right, half price. I want them to mow my lawn for $3 a lawn mowing. $3. That's my top price.
My own amplifier, N6WMD.
Oh, Scotty, come on. You followed the instructions.
I agree with you on that, and it's actually educational. You learn how things work.
No, you don't.
He doesn't have any education.
DC1DD.
His education is Trump.
Point.
I keep telling you, it's not Trump. It's T-Rump.
Amplifiers as long as the parts are big enough for me to see. Hi.
There you go.
Man, when you electrocute yourself, we'll all be abused.
America.
Hey, 3JF.
Labor, America.
I can't see that surface mount stuff. Are you kidding me?
Just think about it. I can use Guatemala and put up my antenna. I mean, what's the downside
to
here?
be a Democrat?
Joe, you can get a bunch of them immigrants there that come across the border illegally and have them stand out there in the backyard and hold your antenna up.
Yeah, I need a guard for my antenna. The guy last night said he was coming over to cut it down.
Wow.
I don't know why.
You can hire yourself a Democrat to guard it. They can't do anything else.
Scott, are you still lonely?
I replaced all the caps on this FCC-20, and so they're pretty fresh. Was it an electrolytic that went south?
Hey, Scott, are you still lonely?
Hello. Ron says I shouldn't offend James, so
Hey, Joe, will you send a couple of them over here? I still got some leaves out in the yard I need raked up or blown onto the neighbor's yard.
We have a
there you go. Now you're starting to think
that has all this stuff.
You're starting to say, why is this a negative? I think it's actually a positive.
Yeah.
75 miles. Is it Mama and Papa Jamie's a he or she?
I'm not really sure anymore.
Is that old hair lip I hear scratching around down on the noise floor trying to have a QSO with somebody? Poor old Dan has turned poor old hair lip into a shortwave listener. All he can do is throw out a comment, an idiotic comment every once in a while. He can't have a QSO with anybody.
Yep, that's what I did. I got the kit to do the power
Is his radio working?
capacitors. Those are typical replacement items, particularly since this amplifier was born in 1982. So I did that, and then as I looked around, most of the other capacitors have already been changed inside of there, so we're good now on this thing. But yep, those capacitors have about a 30-year lifespan.
Jamie turns out to be the only one confused. Boy, I shouldn't have depicted the genitalia confirmation. I mean, it was a switch from one to the other, either there or this or that, or my goodness, this is confusing.
Go ahead and make your call.
Copy on the 5,000 hours out there. Well, from what I understand, though, capacitors can degrade without actually being used. In fact, they probably degrade a little bit faster when they're not used. Is that correct?
don't forget to bake them, Jerry. You got to bake them if they're 105 degrees C.
Go big or go home on the electronics, particularly resistors.
Yeah.
A higher wattage resistor or whatever, or a higher voltage capacitor. It always,
Yeah, go ahead.
A little headroom there. That sounds like John in there a little bit.
I like a little head.
Yeah, you're supposed to bake those capacitors. That's what makes them good. Put them in the oven.
Oh, stop your silliness.
You're supposed to bake them. That's what that 105 degrees C is. Bake them.
Yeah, you've been baked all right.
You waked and baked.
I'm telling you, they're no good until you put them in the oven for 6 hours at 105 degrees C. That's what you're supposed to do.
Joe, is that the Rambo guy that's going to come over and cut you down? I mean, cut your antenna down?
I don't know, but somebody was really threatening me last night. I thought I was going to have to get the pellet gun out.
How about the buying pellets?
I was going to have to get the pellet gun, but I don't have any pellets, but I guess I just use it to try to scare him. You say he's cutting down my antenna? Yeah. But this is America. Why can't I have my antenna over?
I live in an HOA. It says no antennas.
Do you have an antenna?
I think you should be allowed to have your antenna.
Hey,
I think it's those Rambo squirrels, Joe.
Joe, a restaurant, you know?
If he's in a HOA, how can you have an antenna over? Come on, HOA. Yeah. It's called HOA. In the business, we call that it's got a HOA.
What?
You got a hole in yours.
Oh, HOA. HOA is HOA, Homeowners Association. And they usually don't let you have a big array up there, you know. They don't even like wire antennas. So how do you have an antenna if you're in a HOA? Over?
I tell them to go F themselves.
Oh, that's a good strategy.
One could always be resourceful and either put one in the attic or just string some wire on the roof. Come on.
Yeah, have you ever...
Are resourceful. We can get around HOA.
Scotty, have you ever put an antenna in your attic and run a kilowatt?
Not run a kilowatt, no.
Well, I did once. It was not a good idea.
Yeah.
What did your fillings in your seats start heating up?
I had RF everywhere.
What about those antennas that look like flagpoles that they've designed for HOAs? Do they work?
That's what I'm using.
I think that might actually be one of the better solutions, yes.
Yeah,
Point.
flagpole is a good idea.
Watch out for that rat. He's got dirty sharp scissors.
You've heard other people taking, they run their wire around their fence along, you know, the edge of their like privacy fence, make like a loop. Point.
Mama or
That'd
daddy?
be a good trick.
Mama or
The
daddy?
thing while you're putting the flag up.
Did your daughter call your mama?
Also, I've talked to people that have turned the ring gutters into antennas.
Did your daughter call your mama about the over?
Hey, man, load it up, you know?
David wants everybody to call her.
Yeah, that's got to be, you got good money, you got a really nice house, so you got a HOA.
Did your daughter call your mama or papa?
I got a HOA, but it's obsolete. They stopped enforcing it, so our HOA went defunct. Over.
Sometimes there's exemptions in HOAs for ham radio guys because we can, you know, operate under the guise of being emergency communications. Hello, Bradley.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, hello there, Scott. Good to hear you, and it's good to hear you too.
God, no.
Good to hear you, Bradley. Good evening.
Oh, that's Bradley. Why does he go by Bradley? His name's John. His name's John Stone. He uses Bradley because I think he's on the
Bradley is
land.
better than John.
To me, the worst thing about the HOA is they sit there and they can tell you what kind of siding, what type of shingle you can have on your roof, what style fence you can have, what color it can be. Forget that.
That's a great thing. I love that. That's a very smart thing to do.
Flagpole. Was watching a program on radio one day.
Wonderful.
He was a veteran and a disabled veteran, I believe he was. Anyway, He lived in one of them places, and he wanted his mailbox to look like the American flag, and anyway, so he fixed it like that, and all kind of bloody hell got raised because they didn't want him to have a mailbox looking like the American flag in the neighborhood.
That's because that's gaudy. That's gaudy.
You fuckers need Jesus Christ. The blood of Jesus. Well, some of them HOAs don't even let them fly the American flag, let alone that flag that looks like police, black and blue, looks like the American flag. I couldn't live in a place like that.
Well, you don't have enough money to live in a place like that, Jamie. Don't worry.
Joe, don't worry about what kind of money I got. More than what you got, that's for damn sure, Joe.
Well, the thing is, when you move into a HOA, you should read what's in it, and you're consenting to it.
Poor Joey.
AC1DD. Living in a HOA and then
good for another 10.
You know what you're getting yourself in.
Poor hair lip.
You just get around it, man. Like I said, hams are resourceful.
Fuck yourself, Joey.
Don't they have to divulge that stuff at, closing? Point.
Well, I know a guy did what Jamie's talking about there. He's got his 3 different antennas, like a fan dipole, but run on his on the inside of his privacy fence, and that's what he does to get by with it.
No, wow, it blowed up, guys. It blowed up.
Yeah, usually they bulge out.
There's old one lip.
Point.
That's disgusting.
I had a friend like that.
Hey, Joe, when you had that dipole in the attic with a kilowatt, did you have a microwave or you didn't need one at the time?
Yeah, when you buy a property in an HOA, they make you at closing, they make you go through every line of the HOA and put your initials by it. So you can't say, I didn't see that thing that said no antennas.
You gotta be able to read.
Oh, what's these initials right here? Oh, boy.
Well, you can always play the ham card, oh yeah, I'm emergency communication.
Gotta be able to read.
Well, I'm sure glad I don't live in one of those places.
Don't worry, you're not. You're a renter, Bradley. You're the renter class.
HOA trailer park.
In a HOA? You gotta be kidding me.
I would end up having a snooty, stuck-up, snobby neighbor, like one of the people out here. Oh, wait a minute, I shouldn't say people. I shouldn't say brute beast.
Yeah, but you know what, Bradley? If you're not in an HOA, your neighbor might punch you in the throat. Oh, that's what you did to your neighbor. They went to jail for 30 days. Oh, yeah.
HOA double wide.
There you go. You punched your neighbor right in the throat. Got 30 days in jail. Well, it's probably if you had been an HOA, you wouldn't have punched your neighbor in the throat. Well, wait a minute. I think you're a criminal.
HOA double wide.
What happened to you, Joey? It could happen, but I always protect my throat. I wear a turtleneck.
HOA double wide. Which is worse, living in an HOA or living on a wasteland?
It's not a wasteland. That's fortified soil.
30 days in the hole.
30 days in the hole, Bradley. How many services did you conduct in the jail, Bradley? How many parishioners did you have, or did it depend on how many DUIs they had that day?
Take that shit up and bend over.
He wasn't in prison, he was in jail.
Fall out for
There's a
short
slight
arm.
difference. Poor Joey.
Fall out for short arm.
It's a rough crowd, Bradley. You can't come out. Wait a minute. I keep calling him Bradley. That's your middle name. Your name is John Stone. Why don't you go by your first name, Bradley? Over.
Johnny Boy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that whoppadoodle thing. Thank you for bringing that up.
No problem there, Bradley. Anytime, brother. Because everybody knows who John Stone is. He's the neck puncher. He punches you right in the neck. Whoppadoodle. And Bradley, you said that was after you were saved. After you were saved, you punched your neighbor in the throat and they put you in jail. No. What's the point of being saved? Over?
What?
I had a neighbor like you.
The devil.
The devil made you do it. You Flip Wilson.
Wow.
It's Flip Wilson Stone.
Wow.